Snoring Edition number 24. This is probably going to be a short stream, maybe 15 minutes because I'm still sleepy. But hey, if you're lucky, I'll be talking and I'll be snoring on the stream. And I'll give y'all flashbacks or something. I don't know. So we'll do a quick 15-minute, I guess, intro. I'm running this off a restream, so it's gonna have the logo, so I have to change it later. So we'll fool with it later. So yeah. Yesterday I did 25 minutes before someone popped in the chat. So I'm gonna give it about a 10 to 15 minute window, and if no one's in here, then we'll call it a short stream. Call it an unsuccessful failure, but we don't delete these. We keep them up for watch time. We don't do panels on the Snoring Edition because I'm too tired, or I'm waking up early. So as we film this, it is 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Daylight Time. So there we go. Hey, Treasure Woman, how you doing? I know you're going live in a bit, so I'm just doing a little mini mini stream just for the watch hours. I figure, why the hell not? I'm still sleepy. I just had my eyes closed a few minutes ago, and I'm like, probably gonna fall asleep. But so I gotta set all of what you call it's up. Yeah, I got some kind of notification you were going live. So I don't get many notifications on YouTube. I get some. When I run this off a restream, I gotta set up everything. Let's see. Hell, I'll do 20 minutes today because I'm lazy. That's crazy. No, I was just checking out something and I saw the notification on the that you were going live, and I'm like, well, I'll let it run. I'll probably nap out, but I'll let the sucker run. Let's see. Or I might be in it. I woke up like 2 hours ago and I'm like, why am I awake? It's going to storm. It is already like pitch black outside almost. So it is it's gonna storm out there in the next I don't know, sometime today it's supposed to storm. But I'm waiting on it to storm. Elvis is smashing the like button. Yes. So we'll see on that. Maybe I'll get lucky and get 500 people in here. Yes, I'm still sleeping. I'm tired. I'm actually doing this with my eyes closed. If you get lucky, I'll fall asleep on a stream and then you'll hear me snore. Now, we're only doing this for a few minutes. Treasure Woman's going to stream in a bit, so, we're just killing time. Well, you could dream of your team in the playoffs too, Elvis. I don't see your shitty Vikings making the playoffs, do I? No, don't. Shitty Vikings did not make the playoffs, so we can't hear the excuse. Did your team make the playoffs last year? I'm gonna be like, did yours? Minnesota, the place where careers die. Single-handedly wasting the greatest wide receiver in NFL history's career so far. We're going to have to get Jordan Jefferson off the Vikings. 2 years in a row for what? For not making the playoffs? 2 years? Oh, no, you're wrong. You're off by a year. See, you don't even pay attention to my team that well. No, that's the 3rd year in a row we missed the playoffs. Not 2, 3. See. But, it is what it is. At least we finished with a winning record this year. The Vikings can't say that. The Vikings are like, oh, shit, we went from 13 wins to 7. There you go, David. I'm doing this stream for no particular reason. Just to get watch hours. Basically, that's why I'm doing this stream. I need watch hours. I'm letting this shit run. Watch my crap. That's about the extent of it. But that would be 3. So, but then again, we're preconditioned to not make the playoffs a lot back in the day. Brees spoiled us. I have to say, Drew Brees spoiled the team, and we have high expectations now. Before, we didn't have any expectations, and it's kind of like, all right, well. But don't you worry. Don't you worry. Somehow, some way, I'm going to will it to where JD5 goes to the Saints. And I know that's not going to happen. He's going to go to a shitty team. The Bears are probably, I'm telling you, if the Bears draft Jalen Daniels, y'all should be worried. Y'all better pray that Jalen Daniels does not get drafted by the Bears number 1. Because your division is going to, Jalen Daniels becomes a Bear, and the Bears are going to go to the playoffs every year. No, we're a winning football team. Vikings can't say that shit. Vikings suck ass. They're terrible. Don't make me wake up Zanron. I'm going to put in a call to Zanron, wake his ass up. And wake his ass up and go, Zanron, how about your team? So, just a few bad breaks. Just that one game. Just like last year. One game cost us. That's all. Yeah, what'd you do with it? Nothing. Living in the past. I don't live in the past. I live in the future. Where the Saints will win the Super Bowl next year. The Vikings aren't making the playoffs. They done. Your so-called savior, Kirk Cousins, ain't even going to be on the Vikings next year. They're going to trade his ass. He's going to go back to the Redskins and win a Super Bowl. But Black Monday, as the NFL calls it. 3 coaches have been fired today. No, 2 coaches and the Panthers general manager got fired. Last night, Arthur Smith, the Falcons coach, got fired. This morning, Ron Rivera, he got fired. And then the Panthers fired their general manager. But I feel like there's more firings throughout the day. Yeah, I couldn't set it up this morning. It wouldn't let me. I tried. It's giving me problems, so that's why it's not on Twitch. But then again, who's going to watch it? Yeah, it wouldn't let me. It wasn't letting me connect for whatever reason. I have to fix that. Probably because I didn't click the button. Yeah, David Tepper is he's the Panthers owner. He's an ass. He was throwing drinks in the Jacksonville crowd the other day and got fined a big amount of money, like $2 million or something. Yeah, the Panthers are a dumpster fire waiting to happen. They had one job yesterday. One job. They couldn't even accomplish that. They scored 0. Well, no, actually they scored 7, but then the refs took it away. But the Panthers are just terrible. And they don't even have the number 1 draft pick. They traded that away. So the Bears got the number 1 draft pick. Now, they'd be stupid to get rid of Justin Fields. But when you got Jalen Daniels sitting out there, the Heisman Trophy winner, just saying. I mean, if they could get a good deal for Justin Fields, a couple of number 2 draft picks, 3rd round draft pick, I'd trade his ass in a minute. But the Bears have serious issues anyway. But the Bears finished with the same record as the Vikings, 7-10. So, yeah, shit. That's me yawning in the background. I should just go to sleep like what you call it. But, well, Justin Fields is surrounded by garbage. I think if you put Justin Fields on a team like the Ravens, he'll prosper. You got to put the good players on the good teams. You can't have good players on shitty teams and expect them to do stuff. You know? I mean, look at Bryce Young or whatever the fuck his name is, the quarterback for the Panthers. Good player, shitty team. You know? You gotta have a good offensive line around you so you can actually throw the fucking ball, run, score a touchdown. The Bears actually got like 5 draft picks from the Panthers. They got the number 1 overall pick this year, and then they got a 2nd round draft pick this year from the Panthers. And the Panthers got the Bears number 1 wide receiver, and didn't do shit this year. So yeah, the worst team in the league doesn't even have the number 1 draft pick. So that's insane. Oh, he could platform his ass. You could do that. Or I don't know. But I think Jalen Daniels is probably going number 1. I'd be shocked if he didn't. So if the Bears take him, he single-handedly wins games by himself. So you better hope the Bears don't take him, because the Bears will start winning division titles. Jalen Daniels was like the second coming of Joe Burrow. And you seen what Joe Burrow did. He took the shitty Bengals, or the Bungles, and he took them to the damn Super Bowl. And he took them to the championship game. I'm telling you, LSU, without LSU players in the league would suck. Just hands down. Just suck. Completely. But yeah, so the Panthers are going to be stuck with the same shit. They're not going anywhere next year. It doesn't matter what the coach does. If you have shitty players, you're not going to win. And it starts with the shitty owner. David Tepper is a shitty owner. Everybody thought Jerry Richardson was a shitty owner because of the stuff he did backstage. Well, this guy's out in front shitty owner. And he tries to think himself a Jerry Jones. He tries to take command of everything. See, that's the problem. Owners should just let their general managers take care of shit. They should only be there to oversee stuff, and then if shit gets out of hand, fire them. Owners should not interfere in their teams. Sit back, count your goddamn money, go to the games, and go away. That's why the Cowboys never win. That's why the Cowboys suck. Because Jerry Jones he's the general manager. He's always interfering in shit. He should have shut the hell up. He should have let Jimmy Johnson run the team however the fuck he wanted to. Sat back and collected the Super Bowl rings and the big paychecks. No, egos got in the way and booted Jimmy Johnson. What the fuck has he done since then? I mean, yeah, the Cowboys won a title with Barry Switzer, but that was with Jimmy Johnson's players. A fucking Cocker Spaniel could have won a Super Bowl with those players. No, I'm off today. No, if I was working early, I wouldn't be going into work. That's why I started the Snoring Edition. I had to get up and work, and I killed time. No, after this, I'm probably going to Treasure Woman stream, and I'm going back to sleep. I think she's only doing the members only, though, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting. If it's a members only stream, then the kids should not be allowed in there, so that's good. I don't have to kill 27 kids this morning. I have to boot their ass out of the stream. No, I don't work many mornings now, mostly closed, because that's what they pigeonhole me. That's why I'm trying to get away from that goddamn job, because I don't like staying up that late and working. No. No one should work past like 5 o'clock. That's just a general rule. Yeah. I might have to try the Harbor Freight again. They pay pretty good. They just never want to, they don't even give me the time of day. I'm like, okay, it's a goddamn tool place. How hard is this shit? You know? I'm gonna have to attach that to their fucking Harbor Freight resume. I'm gonna have to say, well, they don't even read the applications. They just throw them in the trash. I mean, at least read them. Hey, seriously, how hard is the stock tools? And if they go, oh, you got to know about the tools. Well, shit. You know, all I got to do is ask Cajun and a few others, and they sit here and tell me whatever. How much? Not enough. Not enough. You could double that, and I still wouldn't make as much as you. Yeah, Harbor Freight's paying like $16.76 an hour, which is high down here. That's why I keep trying to get there. I'm like, shit, yeah. But I called them up last time. Oh, we just hired 26 people. Click. Like, what the fuck? You didn't even fucking interview my ass. So, but that's how they are. They should at least bring in for an interview just to humor you, or at least do a phone interview. But it's all ageism. These people don't want to. They don't want to hire people. They just want to hire young kids who don't do shit, and then they expect people to get the job done. No, the kids ain't gonna do shit. But, hell, you can't even take tips at this damn place. That's the problem. If you take tips, they fire you. I'm like, what? That's bullshit. I would just say, ma'am, let me, hey, Paul, what's up? Nah, they do it here. Like, well, Louisiana's an at-will state. They still follow the federal mandate of $7.25 minimum wage. Oh, the McDonald's here is owned by the Masker family, and they're cheap as shit. They pay you $10.50 an hour. You start off at $9, but you have to work 90 days to get $10.50 an hour. But then they pay you like a $250 signing bonus. I did McDonald's about 15 years ago in between jobs. I did it for about 2 or 3 months. And they paid me $10 an hour. And I wasn't going to stay there. They offer people managers. I was like, nah, fuck that. Yeah, minimum wage in Louisiana and most of the South goes by the federal standard, which is $7.25 an hour. They've tried to up the minimum wage in Louisiana 4 times. All 4 times it got shot down. Somewhere, Pizza Hut laid off a bunch of delivery drivers because the minimum wage went up to like $20 an hour. And so Pizza Hut laid off like 1,200 delivery drivers. I forgot what state it was, or a couple of states. And I'm just like, well, hell, you could do the same shit. Go drive for Uber. Go drive for DoorDash. Same shit. Yeah, that's the problem with these high minimum wages. They lay off people. It's supposed to help the economy. No, it actually, it helps the employers more tax credit, but it also hurts them because then they got to pay everything. Panera pays like 15 something an hour minimum wage. But if you go to fucking Panera, it's like $30 for a sandwich. You know. Oh yeah, they got the kiosk here. I don't know how to use the fucking things though. Yeah. There's one McDonald's that don't have the kiosk yet. By my aunt's house. But that's in the middle of the country. The ones out here have the kiosk. I just don't know how to connect them to use my points. And that's the only problem. But yeah, I think the only state in the South that pays above $7.25 minimum wage is Mississippi, and theirs is like $8.50 minimum or something. But ever since the rabies, yeah, ever since the rabies, some jobs out here paying 12, 13 an hour, but I applied for a job last year, and they wanted to hire me, but they only wanted to pay me $9 an hour, and I said that's too low. I said no, $9 an hour for the shit I got to do for that is too low, and I told him I said no. I turned it down. I said no. I said if you pay me $10 an hour, we'll work. I said, but that's way too low, and I'm like, for a gas station, $9 an hour was an insult. But yeah, that's the only problem. When you pay your employers $15 an hour, they pass it on to the consumer. And you go to get a Big Mac and you're like, that'll be $14. What the fuck? Just a sandwich? So, God damn it, what the hell did he post? My friend must have posted something. I'm getting like 97 notifications now. Or somebody must have posted something. But I know Panera was hiring for 15. But you're not going to get many jobs down here hiring for that much. Most jobs down here start off still around $8.59. There we go. I had to block. I'm tired of getting 500 notifications from Facebook. Leave me alone. Usually I don't get that many on the chat into the not chatting, the Snoring Edition. So, but just trying to get content for the watch hours. But oh yeah, they got a Planet Fitness here. Excuse me, but yeah, if I was getting $15 an hour, I'd be happy. But yeah, I really would. Let's see. I'm waiting for it to rain. It's supposed to storm here today. They're calling for like 6 to 8 inches of rain. We might start flooding. Well, not me. I don't flood around here, but I'm on not high ground, but it's high enough. Backyard floods, but that's a different story. Because there's a lot of potholes in my backyard. Damn squirrels dig it up. It ain't the squirrels, it's the dogs that come from next door, shit in my yard. And if it ain't them, it's the cats. But I've never made 30,000 in a year at any job I've ever done, period. My high mark was like 23,000, 24,000. That's it. And that was at 10 something an hour. So I have never had that, you know. Like I said, my friend left Louisiana to go to Kentucky to go work at the Toyota plant. Don't know how much he makes, but I guarantee you, building fucking Toyotas, he's making a lot more than 10 something an hour. Uh, you know, Kentucky has a lower tax bracket too, I believe. There are like, I think 16 states that don't do federal taxes. Yeah, exactly. The kids get there. Well, the employees, they hire the kids because they're cheap and they don't do shit. Like at my job, the kids don't do shit, but the boss is like, oh, the 17-year-olds work harder than the 40-year-olds. And she made that comment. And I heard that and I went, excuse me? Excuse me? Wait a minute. I'm here on my day off and you're sitting there telling me I don't work as hard? I was about to say, fuck you. I was like, these goddamn kids don't do shit. They're on their phones all day. Don't tell me a 17-year-old is going to work harder than me. Fuck that. But I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's how it is. Yeah, I missed out on my calling. You know, the jobs I worked for like 10 years ago where I was making $10 an hour, they're now paying 15 something. And I tried to reapply for a few of them and they were like, nope, nope, nope. And I left on good terms with them. And they still didn't want me back. So, you know, I actually applied for Lowe's. And they said it takes an hour to interview. The woman asked me 3 questions and said, oh, I love your resume. We'll get in touch with you. By the time I got home, which is about a 10-minute ride, if that, by the time I fucking got home, they already turned me down, rejected me. And I went back and I said, what the hell is this? I said, I got all dressed up. You asked me 3 questions and then you turned me down that fast? Like, what the? Why? I went in there and I raised hell and I said, don't ever waste my time. I guess this is why I do not shop in this store. I said, it's total bullshit. I said, you need people, experienced people. Here I am. They were paying like 15 or 14 an hour. And it was the morning crew from like 6 to 2, Monday through Friday job. Perfect. And the only 3 questions this woman asked me is, why did you leave your last employer? And I told her the truth. I wasn't fired. I left on my own terms. And she goes, yeah, I can respect that. She goes, why did you want to work at Lowe's? And I told her Lowe's is a good big company, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, okay, well, do you have any questions for me? And that was the 3rd question. And I started talking to her for like 20 minutes. And then she goes, okay, well, I like your resume. She goes, let me pass it on. We'll be in touch. It wasn't even 10 minutes later, they rejected my application. So, you know, I wish they would do phone interviews. Don't make me get all dressed up, go to these damn establishments, and then not even listen to me. Because they already have a preconceived mind. Like my last job, they knew, they knew, you know. Oh, I told my last boss off. I got tired of it. I walked out the door and I said, fuck you, bitch, I'm done. Put in my notice and that was it. She couldn't fire me. So she still calls me, wants me back. But then what it was is she kept promoting everybody. I was there the longest, but she kept promoting all these new people. 16-year-old, 17-year-old kid came in. She gave the 17-year-old, which turned 18, a fucking team lead position, meaning my boss. And I'm like, nah. So I basically, you know, I got tired. I basically quit in protest. I'm just like, nope, screw it. I'm not gonna have these kids. It's bullshit. I got more experience in my pinky finger. These kids sit there and do nothing. I was doing all the work. I was stocking, running the cashier, and putting the freight up all at the same time. My bosses was sitting in the back sleeping. They turn off the lights and go to sleep. I'd have to run the store by myself. And then I complained and called corporate about it. Nothing happened. And then my district manager retired. And then they hired a new district manager. And I was told I would have to start all over again because I don't know you. So you're going to have to start all over. And she told me that. I said, all right, I'm done with this company. Hell with that. I said, I'm done with this company. And I wrote reviews online. I said, don't work for this company. You're not going to get anywhere. I said, unless you're a 16 to 18-year-old, I said, you're not going to get anywhere in this company. And it's bullshit. Honestly. It really is. But now I'm fighting ageism. As you well know, anybody over 40, they don't want to hire you. And I get recommendations all the time. My job now, they said, oh, you're excellent customer service. They were like, why did you? And they even said, how come it took 3 months for you to get a job? And I said, because I'm over 40. That's why. They don't want to hire those. They want to hire seniors in their 70s and 80s who don't care, just want to get out the house for a few hours, or kids who, once again, they can do part-time and don't care and just want some money. They don't want to hire people in their 30s and 40s because then they go, oh shit, they're wise to the business. They need money. We can't pay them. And that's the bottom line. I want to get in the position where I can retire. I'm actually going to start my own business pretty soon. So, if that takes off, maybe I could be the next Amazon. I'm going to buy stuff and flip it and sell it and make my own little side business. Just enough to keep the bills going. And I may keep the place I'm at now, maybe. But, unless somebody makes me a hell of a deal. But everybody tells me the same thing. Oh, you're awesome, great customer service, blah, blah, blah. And I go, well, tell these employers that. Tell my bosses that. My bosses think, my last boss called me lazy all the fucking time. And I'm like, if I was lazy, you wouldn't be making any money. So, yeah. I don't have any exclamation points or what you call it in here, David. I don't know how to do any of that crap. Oh, yeah. You got 4 guys in the back and they want you to do it? Yeah, I would have walked out too. I'd have been like, nah. Well, them delivery guys are probably union, which means they can sit on our ass and do nothing because they know they're not going to get fired. The union guys, they know damn well they're not going to get fired, so they could sit there and abuse the system. My friend's union for the casino, and he's not going to get fired. Now he busts his ass, but I'm just saying, like, if you're paying your union dues, you could sit there and do nothing. They can't touch you. So, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I would hate that too. I'd be like, I'd tell him, you got 4 goddamn guys sitting back there, and you want me to do this shit by myself? I don't think so. Homie, don't play that. I would have walked out on them too. I would have not only walked out, I would have went in the back and I would have said, hey, guess what? They wanted me to do y'all's goddamn jobs. I told them, fuck no. I'm going home. I quit. So y'all gonna have to get off y'all asses and actually work. See ya. And I would have kept on going. Did I get free food at McDonald's when I worked there? No, I didn't. Now they give you free food, but no, I didn't. I was only there like 2 or 3 months. I was waiting for Walmart to call, because I'd left Wendy's. McDonald's actually offered me a manager position, but they do that to everyone now. And I turned it down because I was like, what's the I asked them, I said, what's the pay scale? And they said, well, it's $9. It's $10 for maintenance and it's $10 for manager. And I went, well, shit, maintenance, I can go outside. I don't have to be in this. I don't have to be in the building. I can actually stay outside most of the day. Like cutting the grass or stuff like that. So I said, well, there's no pay grade. I'm going to take the maintenance because I said I ain't going to be here long because I was not going to make a career out of McDonald's. But looking back on it, I should have took that manager spot. Yeah, now they do. But when I was there, they didn't do the free meals. When I worked at Wendy's, I got a free burger, and I got to make it. And they tried to get rid of that. Just a morning crew, just me and 2 other ladies. Everybody else, it was 50% off. But they tried to get rid of that for us. And my coworker, she was in her 70s at this time. And she was like, I can't get no goddamn burger. What the hell? I bust my ass around here. I want my food. And she started yelling up a storm. And they finally said, okay, fine, eat your. They wanted to please her because she'd been working for Wendy's for like 40 years. So they didn't want to lose her. So, they they gave her food. But at Wendy's, they let us cook our own food. So I'd make a triple cheeseburger if I could sit down, or I'd eat a salad. I'd mix it up. Sometimes I'd get a baked potato. They didn't care what we ate. And we'd go sit down like 20 minutes before the store opened and eat our food. And, but yeah, I didn't get free food at McDonald's at that time because they didn't offer it. Now they do. But yeah, I did some weird shit at McDonald's. Like I was a maintenance guy, so I stayed outside most of the day. Or whatever. And when I had the trucks, I unloaded the trucks. But the reason I quit McDonald's was very simple. 2 reasons, really. One, I was waiting for the Walmart job to open, which it finally did after about 2 or 3 months. And 2, they wanted to put me on the grill and make me actually work in the store. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. Because I would get there at 4 a.m. and I'd help set up the store for the breakfast. I'd get all the breakfast stuff out and I'd set it up for the, And I was supposed to work like 4 to 12, 4 to noon. But then the store manager would get there at like 9 a.m. and start cutting people. So what I used to do, if it was a slow day and it wasn't a truck day, she'd tell you to go home. So what I did was, when she got there, I would hide outside. That way she'd forget about me. So most of the days I got my 40 hours. Most of the weeks I got my 40 hours. A few times she found me, or she went outside and saw me, and she's like, all right, well, you can go home. And I'm like, ah, shit. But, yeah, it's a bunch of stuff there. I tell the CEO, president too, to fuck off. Some lady told one of my managers the other night she knows the vice president of the company. She's going to get him fired. And this dude actually thought he was going to get fired. He got pissed and he went home. He walked out. He said, well, I'm not quitting. I'm just going home. And I said, think about this for a second. How does anybody know the vice president of the company? The vice president of the company, I don't even know who that is. Number one, unless you look it up. Number two, who cares if they know the vice president of the fucking company? What do you do? I said, you're not going to lose your job over anything. Well, they're going to write me up, and I don't sign write-ups. I don't sign write-ups either. I've never signed a write-up. The last time I signed a write-up technically was at Walmart when they fired me. They wanted me to sign a piece of paper, and I wrote "fuck off" on it. So Burger King won't hire me. For whatever reason, I've tried to put in applications in the past. 2 or 3 years ago, I tried, and they would not hire me for whatever reason. They just wouldn't, because probably I worked at Wendy's for all those years. They wouldn't touch me. So I don't like Burger King's food anyway. And then they had that rumor with the horse meat. I ordered Burger King about 6 months ago, and their burgers are so small, and they were charging me like $10 for a double Whopper, and I'm just like, it's small. So at least McDonald's, the food's still big, but but yeah, it is what it is, honestly. But back in the day, that these places actually gave a shit about their customers, and you paid for what you got for. Now you pay $12 for a burger. It's soggy. It's small. And that's that. But there ain't nothing to it. But yeah, my last job, I was doing everything. I was busting I was like the MVP of this fucking company. And I was told on a daily basis I'm fucking lazy and shit. And I go back at my manager. I tell him, no, you're fucking lazy, bitch. You're the one going in the back, turning off the lights in the warehouse and fucking sleeping on camera. Nobody bothered to check the cameras. And I found out the camera's not working in the warehouse. So they disabled the camera in the warehouse so they can go back there and sleep. Well, yeah, when I left, I called corporate. I put all my lists in there, and they did nothing, absolutely nothing. They said, "Oh, we in the Walmart. Well, how was Walmart? Don't work there." I did 4 years at Walmart. They own your life. They pay good, but then the higher you get up there in the company, the more money you make, the more reason they want to fire you. They're like, oh, we're paying this dude $15 an hour. How can we fire him? From day one, they're figuring out a way. How can we get him off the payroll so we can hire a Mexican for like half that? This is a company where, and they did it with Sam's Club. They gave the workers raises, and then 2 weeks later, closed the store. Didn't even tell the employees. Didn't even tell the store manager. They went to work morning at like 6 a.m. and the door was barricaded and said store closed. Didn't even bother to tell any employees or nothing. Because they asked for a raise, they just said, fuck it, we'll close the store. And they did that to 3 or 4 Sam's Clubs. Just didn't even tell the employees. Just fucking, they went to work as normal. Padlocks on the doors, terminated. And Walmart does not pay unemployment. So if you lose your job from Walmart, they do not pay unemployment. Trust me. They wouldn't pay me unemployment. I had to fight tooth and nail. Because when you go for unemployment, your employer pays 50% of that. So they can choose not to pay it if they don't want to. And Walmart don't do it. Walmart is a shitty company. I always tell people, do not work for Wally World. Unless you like to get shit on and abused, yeah. Now, if you want to go there as a door attendant or whatever, they changed. It used to be greeter. Now they call it something else. They don't let those people sit down. Them elderly people, 80 years old, they got to stand up. They don't let them sit down. They don't give them breaks like they're supposed to. And then they actually make them do physical labor. So, I mean, maybe Walmart's better now from 15 years ago or so, but I don't see how much better it would be. I actually met the owner of Walmart at the time, Rob Walton. He came into my store and they said, don't talk to him, don't look at him unless he talks to you, blah, 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 blah. And this man's got death threats. He came in with 6 armed security guards circling him in a circle. And then the store manager was there. All the assistants were in a circle around the security guards, like a human fucking shield. Now they're telling me don't look at him, don't talk to him. And then they said, well, unless he talks to you. He came down my aisle and started talking to me. He said, how you like working at Walmart? And I said, I love the company. I said, the management sucks. And I said it right in front of him. I said all the stuff that happened. And I said, if I'm lying, please step up and tell me. And the manager said absolutely nothing. And I even told Mr. Walton, I said, I know I can get fired for saying this. And he goes, well, no, nothing will happen to you. I said, I know they'll retaliate. I said, after you're gone, they'll go in the back and write me up and shit. I know they will. They tried to, actually. But he told me, he said, if you get in trouble, here's my phone number. Call me. He goes, you're not losing your job over this. He was actually a nice guy to me. But he asked me how things going, and I told him, he don't own Walmart anymore. He retired. His brother-in-law is the CEO of Walmart now, which Rob Walton actually bought the Denver Broncos and lets his son-in-law and wife run the Broncos. But my experience, I got Rob Walton was nice. Now his sister's the drunk. She's the insane one, like 14 DUIs and not in prison, or some shit like that. I never had a problem taking days off. When I worked at Walmart, I got my vacation, I got my PTO. In fact, when they fired me for now they fired me for bullshit reasons. Obviously, I explained it. I got written up for not filling a vending machine on my vacation. I got written up because I called the manager gay, which he was gay. He was gay. He was a homo. I said, you no good son of a bitch, gay bastard. And he wrote me up. I said, he is gay. I'm not lying. I got that one overturned. It's all politics at Walmart. I started off in bakery. Well, this guy who was blowing the manager, he was gay too. He wanted to get in the bakery. So he went behind everybody's back. I went into work at 4 a.m. Oh, you don't work in bakery anymore. Come back at noon for grocery. I said, what the fuck is this? Y'all couldn't have called me and told me this shit? I said, this is bullshit. I wanted to quit then and there, but I was still making like almost $11 an hour, which in 15 years ago was pretty decent money, I guess. But but how I got fired is, they put you on a D-Day. You get a verbal, a written, then they put you on D-Day, which is basically, I think they changed it now. But basically, you have to write an essay begging on why you should keep your job. Why should they keep you employed? And if they don't like your answer, you get terminated on the spot. I wrote the entire Walmart employee handbook. And I went to read it. My boss was like, no, that's okay. I said, no. I spent 3 hours writing this fucking thing. You're going to listen to it. And I made her listen to it for 3 hours. Fuck that. And once you get D-Day, you have a whole year. In other words, if you come in and they say, I don't like your shoelaces, they can fire you. So I went like almost 9 months without nothing. They left me alone. I did my job, didn't say anything, whatever. Then I'm unloading a pallet, and the people at the distribution center, they always fuck up. So they had a pallet shrink wrapped. They put all the glass on the bottom, and somehow there was a television set on the top, which television don't even go on grocery. And on the bottom of this pallet, there's glasses of pickles, mayonnaise, breakable stuff. And the pallet's leaning so bad. They must have wrapped it like 50 times over. And you could tell because they put their name on the whoever packs it. And I think it was like Pete. But at the distribution center, if you fuck up one time, they fire you. So, we called and this guy was already gone. But the pallet was already wrapped because they wrap like thousands of pallets a day. So my coworker takes it out the truck. I said, leave that in the truck. Don't unwrap that. Leave it. I said, I'm going to lunch. When I come back, we'll slowly unwrap this thing. Do not fucking unwrap this thing. Okay, what happens? After an hour, I come back. He's on the floor. The pallet is on top of him. This son of a bitch cut the pallet open, fell on top of him, hurt his back. I got fired because they said, you should have watched him. I'm not even his boss. I'm like, wait a minute. I told him not to. Common sense. He's still working at Walmart to this day, like 15 years later. They put him in maintenance. Like when you get hurt at Walmart, they just have you sweeping, cleaning toilets and sweeping. The Walmart I worked at, there were over 35 maintenance people because everybody kept getting hurt. And they didn't drop your pay grade. That's another thing. If you go from one position to another, you either get a pay cut or a pay hike. They wanted to put me in maintenance and cut my pay $3. I said, nope, I'll quit. So I'm not doing that shit. Yeah, but I got fired because some dude, nothing to do with me. Some dude decided he was going to do what he wanted to. And he's still working for Walmart to this day. So, but yeah, Walmart will look for any reason to get rid of you, especially if you're at a high pay grade. They'll be like, well, we got to cut the books. Let's see how we can cut the books. Oh, let's go fuck with Petey. He's on his D-Day. Let's go get some kind of trumped up charges against him. So we can get rid of we can get a $17 salary off the books. And we can go hire somebody for 10. So, but Walmart does pay people good. And you do get all your benefits, but they own your fucking soul. Basically. So, I tell people, no, unless you like to get shit on a daily basis, Walmart is not the company for you. And probably why I didn't get that job at Lowe's is because one of the Waltons is married into the Lowe family. So they probably saw I worked at Walmart and was like, nope, we ain't hiring them. And that's their loss, not mine. They need people to work. But when you interview them, they don't want to hire you. So I don't know. But it is crazy. So, but yeah, never worked for Wally World or Sam's Club or the now the neighborhood market I haven't worked for. I've been trying to put in for the neighborhood market because that's a different branch of Walmart. That's just the grocery store. That's on a different level. And I see people over there all the time just standing there. They don't do any work. They just stand there and look at the pallets. I'm just like, shit, y'all getting paid $15 an hour just to stand here? I said, shit, sign me up. Put me on the payroll. I said, I'll knock out that truck in 3 hours by myself with a bad back and everything. I've been in that store enough times. I know how to. I know where everything is. I can put that shit up. I said I could just walk up in there and put that shit up. They put me on the payroll. I know I can do it, but and that's right around the corner. That'd be the easiest job in the world. I'd be there in 2 minutes. Shit. It's the only reason I still shop at Wally World. It's the only grocery store within walking distance of me. Other than that, I wouldn't give 1 cent to that company. Not that it matters because they're a multi-billion-dollar corporation and not going out of business anytime soon. So, I mean, there's that. All right, so I'm gonna start wrapping this sucker up because I only go an hour on these, mostly, but I don't get more than 20 views on anything. But they add for watch time. Like I was telling Colt last night, I said, even if you do a live stream and nobody's in there, don't delete it. Keep it up. Because eventually somebody will watch the damn thing. And then it'll give you watch time. May not be many, but, you know, like I did my stream last night. And it got, I think, like 50 views, which isn't bad. But considering back in the day, I was getting 200 something views on a live stream. That's crazy. I don't think I'll recapture that magic anytime soon, but never say never. It is pitch dark outside. It is getting ready to storm. Thank goodness I don't have to go anywhere today. I can go back to sleep if I want, but I'm going to flip on Treasure Woman's stream and watch her play the bees or whatever she's playing. But there is somebody that needs watch time, like less than 200 hours away from getting half monetization because it's the 500, 3,000 rule. And that's Raging Cajun Garage. So, who dat? Oh, I'm telling you, if I get Juice in here one of these days, oh man, you're going to love Juice. Juice is loose. Yeah, well, we were talking about that last night, Elvis, how they all disappeared. Me and Cajun were going down the list, how this one's not on YouTube anymore, this one's not on YouTube. All those people that used to watch me are not on YouTube anymore. They're gone. That's the problem. That you have to adapt. You have to make new friends. That's why people network and all this other crap. You know, you have to keep up with today's society. But I mean, it ain't too bad. But yeah, I'm getting ready to wrap up this stream just in case. There you go. Thanks for dropping the link, David. I watched 2 of his live streams the other night. You know, I figure everybody else on this platform will be monetized before I. But we give it a hell of a shot. So yeah, if y'all ain't got nothing to do today, go check out Raging Cage and let a few of his videos run. Oh, there's the rain. There's the rain. I hear it. Jumping off before the rain hits because if it messes up my internet, I don't want my stream going out. So I'm gonna let this go another minute and a half. But yeah, if y'all into tools, Harbor Freight stuff, he does review. See, that's why, because Rage Cage said he takes the Harbor Freight reviews and he attaches it to the website, which is smart because people are going to see it. And they have seen it. So you got to do what you got to do to make that cash, make that stash. So anyway, I appreciate y'all being here. I'm going to jump off. Don't know when I'm streaming next, but I'm sure you'll see me around in the streams. Somebody's stream. You know. And yeah, go back and watch my shit. Watch my crap, please. As I say. Um, so y'all have a good Monday, as much as you can make it, and I'll catch y'all on the stream somewhere. So y'all have a good one.